start off with the makeup, you want to put liquid foundation is best, and you always can put a bit of powder as well if you want. So I know that normally you wouldn't put foundation on a child, but because of the stage makeup in photos and everything, so they don't look like a white pale palette, it's just to add a bit of colour to their face. You don't need it thick and you don't need a lot, but just a little bit is good. Obviously the older they get, the thicker you want to put it on just a little bit, because they do sweat it off. So Sarah's already put on a base for me today's, but keep in mind if you try and get the base without SPF, because with SPF when they're getting photos done, when they're flashed, it makes them doesn't make them look quite white. So if you can have the makeup without SPF, that would be best. So again, like the senior girls, and particularly for people with light eyebrows, for this stage I'm just going to give the eyebrows a bit of a brush, and I'm just going to get just a brown, or whatever colour they're, or a darker shadow, and then I'm just going to get a little brush and just sort of brush it through the eyebrow hair just to make it a little bit darker. You don't need pencil or anything, just brush it through. Now for the junior eyes, I'm going to use a combination of like a light white colour for the inside of the eye, and then I'm also going to use some greens and some blues. You can get them pretty cheap from different types of stores, and I think most palettes have them in there, but this is the one that I have. Doesn't have to be exactly the same, but greens and blues. The eye, I'm going to start with a light colour. Start with the green in the centre of the eye. So we want it quite bright because they're young and it's fun. So quite bright. Now remember, again, it has to be quite thick, because if it's not, you won't be able to see it on stage. So I do mine in like strips, and then I can clean my brush at the end and sort of blend it together. This one's quite light, so if you can find a one that's a little bit darker, it would be better, because it's just a bit thin. But for the purpose of this, you can see what I'm trying to do. Now I start with the blue on the outside, so from the corner of the eye. You can use a dark blue too, but just bright, quite thick. I will put a bit of dark, bit darker on the edge as well, just to define the eye. So this is just a dark brown. I'm only going to use this sparingly, just on the edge here. Just sort of outline the eye and just define it a little bit more. So it doesn't have to be too dark. I've made it probably a little bit too dark on this, but I just wanted to show you what, so you could see it in the video with this light. So again, then I've just cleaned my brush, and I'm just sort of going to rub it a little bit together, just so it all mixes nicely. And you might need to reapply some greens, so don't brush it too much because it'll just come off. So you want it quite dark. Probably test it out on your hand if you're buying new, and then you can see from there. So if you can, I would like to put a bit of liner on the kids. It doesn't have to go on the top, but if you can, put a little bit underneath. Give it a go. If that gets in their eyes and you're a bit worried about poking them, it's okay, but just this is what I would prefer if you can. So again, just a little, close your eyes there, a little sort of flick on the top, close, open, and then you're just going to bring it in a little bit here, a little flick. This pen's getting a bit blunt, so you might need something a bit thicker, and then if you can, just run it inside the eye. And then I'm going to use my smudger just to sort of, this is just a little, Sarah, open your eye, a little brush, so it's not going to hurt them. Open. Just going to wipe a bit of that off in the corner so it's not too much. And again, this will come off a little bit, so you don't need to do it too dark. I'd rather the brighter greens and blues. On that video it looks quite dark, but it's not really that dark in real life. So now for mascara. Now I know this is tricky with little ones, but they do need a bit of mascara. Just try your best. So I always get them to look sort of straight ahead. Don't blink or anything. Just keep them straight, and you just carefully move around the eye If they need to blink, take it away and stop, and then sort of just getting the ends as much as you can. Look up for me, Sarah. And then I'm going to get a look up and away and try and get a little bit into there with not blinking as either. Best as you can. So now with the blush, I've got a really bright pink blush. From you can see it's just a powder, but you can use the compact ones, whatever, but it needs to be really bright. So from there I'll get Sarah to make a little pouty face. I'm going to bring it from the apple of her cheek and bring it all the way along the cheekbone and up into the hairline. So you need it to be quite over the top. And lastly, I'm going to put some just sort of glitter gel all around her eye. This is not compulsory, but it's just something fun, and the glitters, you last forever, and it's just a bit of fun. So now everyone has to wear bright red lipstick, as bright can be. Again, it's not regular day wear, but it's for stage makeup. I don't wear lip liner, but if you want to, that's fine with you. So another thing to note is don't put the lipstick on at home. You want to take the lipstick with you to the venue, but you don't want it to get them on their costume. So if you just put it on as you drop the kids to the dressing room, that's best, because it's less likely to get on anything, and they're not going to rub it or anything like that. So this is Sarah, and this is the junior side of the face. We've got glitter, blush, eyeshadow. Can you try for me? Give it a little bit of liner. Open your eye. And then the red lipstick,